So when we talk about building a sustainable digital ecosystem, it sounds very complex, right? And honestly, it is. We are not just talking about one goal over here. There are a lot of moving parts when we are trying to achieve this digital ecosystem. So how do we get there? How do we manage our different priorities? We have our 3 C's over here: communication, collaboration, and coordinated action. So with this, it will bring us closer to achieving our goal, which is to streamline business process. And ultimately, we will be reaching to this: enhancing your business continuity, increasing your cyber resilience, enhancing operation efficiency and cost efficiency. So how do we break this down? Okay, it's all about taking all these big, broad goals, taking them down into smaller and clear actionable steps. And this is where collaboration and coordinated action comes in. When we talk about robust collaboration, we have to consider our internal and external factors. For example, you have your internal policies, you have your regulatory requirement to follow, and you also have your partner strategies. So how do we ensure that we have a unified approach in and out to ensure we reach those business goals together? In addition, we also have a unified data-driven approach over here, suggested to combine all these factors, all these processes together to streamline it. By having all this automation, for example, automating your security, your resilience, business continuity, we have all this in place, and then we'll leverage the tool like Celonis for process mining. This is for further process improvement. We'll have ServiceNow for automation workflow tool, and we'll have Fortinet for cybersecurity, and we'll have Veeam for data protection. With all those set in place, we'll ensure that if there is any process gaps that we have, we'll close it even before they became major problems over here. So enough about the theory. Let me bring you to one of the use cases that we actually implemented. So we implemented ServiceNow for an integrated framework from automating their security operation to actively monitoring their risk in the organization itself. Seamlessly, we have an integration with cybersecurity tool and data recovery tool, data protection tool over here to roll up those information into one single platform over here. And as we speak, business continuity management is already in the plan roadmap to complete the picture over here. But that's just not it. We also have feeding the information out to Celonis for process optimization. Because with all this information that's already inside, Celonis is able to analyze those data, provide us with the information of those gaps that we need to close. So with all this, it creates a cycle of ongoing refinement. It's not just a one-day job. It is a continuous job that you have to carry out, ensure we bring us closer to your business goals. So as we speak about automation workflow tool, the cybersecurity requirements out there are also growing in terms of the importance. We have Monetary Authority of Singapore mandating the RTO time. We have Cybersecurity Act Framework to make sure that we have our incident response plan in place. So how do we navigate in those web complex of compliance requirement? We have to set our strategies right, and together with the governance process, then they will bring us closer to our goals over here. And this is where Veeam and Fortinet will come in. They will tell us, they will explain more on how their solution will bring us closer via their robust security framework and a resilient data protection strategy as well. So I'm excited to pass the spotlight over to Kevin right now, who will be explained further on how Fortinet will be able to integrate in this solution.
Spot on here as well, looking at strategies, right, to enhance our cybersecurity in terms of management as well as to again lowering risk, right? So we all know the damaging, right, in terms of result having a cybersecurity attack, all right, right towards our business, right, basically causing business downtime as well as damage towards the brand. Right, and this is rare, right? We have basically seen as well as we have heard, all right, from companies, CISOs in the world out there, all right, they're saying that they really need to address, all right, cybersecurity as well as a key factor as well, the importance of it to enabling the business, all right? There's no business that can actually do without cybersecurity, right? And again, as well as how they do that as well, they want to enhance ability to detect and remediate an attack, right, that might happen. All right, so we all know that every business is basically been always attacked as well. It's always been eyed by, in terms of attackers out there. All right, but then again as well, this is basically, you want to basically have that need, all right, to address them in a rapid fashion, and this is where they want to use AI. So we're hearing a lot right now. They need to utilize in terms of GenAI as well, to address as well as to identify threats that might basically occur, all right, or basically have not occurred, but they can predict as well before it happens, right? And again as well, we hear a lot of things as well coming as well from CISOs that they do not want to invest in disparate solutions, all right, that are basically not integrated, all right, and there's no intelligence or AI involved. All right. Again, AI needs to be there, and it can only be there, all right, with integration. Right. There must be a strong fabric, all right, basically looking at endpoints, networks, cloud applications, all right, as well as on-prem, as well as on the cloud, all right, the ability as well to have the ability rapidly to investigate throughout in terms of the whole company as well, right, so as well as the business there. All right, and again as well, to be able to quickly combat the threat once identified. Right, this is really key here as well in terms of that rapid discovery as well as the response to that threat. All right, so I'm going to give you as well a quick demo here as well that what we do at Fortinet. We have our Fabric platform, all right, that can investigate throughout the whole organization, from the endpoint, the network, the application as well, either on-prem or cloud, all right, to identify issues that might happen anywhere. All right, so in this case here as well, we can basically tell, right, in terms of our SecOps platform here, we have discovered a slow server. What's causing that slow server?
High severity level. The reported issue is that the server is running slow. Would you like to check more details about this particular?
Okay, so our AI is going to go through, right, all the incidents that we discovered, the endpoint, the network, the application, the cloud, all right. Again, thousands of incidents and artifacts across that we can actually rapidly do this, right, in a minute or two, right? So again, going through all the incidents here and events, right, and now we can then successfully, all right, identify the root cause of the issue, all right? So it tells you here as well, all right, what's that root cause? Can be found in terms of a crypto mining application that's installed on this server that's causing that in terms of performance degradation. All right, and it's connecting as well to a malicious sites out there.
On 172.60.88.23 may be due to a Monero crypto.
Okay, as well as costing as well in terms of the consequence of in terms of the performance degradation.
And eliminate this potential security threat. Credit FortiGuard application control signature information. FortiGuard.com/appcontrol/440.
Okay, so we pinpointed the threat here as well, and now we're going to take actions for remediation.
Also email a copy of the report to the CISO.
All right, so actions here as well is going to reassign the incident as well to the forensics team. It's going to block that malicious communication towards those crypto mining servers. All right, as well as generate compliance reports to the CISO as well as the forensics team here. All right, so all this can be an automated playbook, all right, that would then coherently as well provide remediation as well, right, towards in terms of.
Finally, I'll just close or transfer the
Please.
All right, so again here as well, this is basically what we talk about, enhancing process here, automation as well as AI. All right, again as well, you can see the result here. It basically rapidly reduce the time to response and remediation. All right, well, typically as well, it takes about 8 days, again, to find the threat as well, and again, to remediate it. All right, at Fortinet here as well, we could do it as well in just less than an hour. All right, this is where we can have the intelligence, the integration as well as in warfare as well. This basically will contain as well in terms of all the threats here a lot faster. Yep, so it's past my time as well, Max to Tay.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I'm the last part. Hi, before I pass back to Zoe. Hi, I'm Tay. I'm from Vim. Basically, you have heard about business resiliency. You talk about cyber resiliency. Now it's time. Vim is all about data resiliency, and we achieve data resiliency through data protection or backup and recovery. Right. Not only that, Vim also can help organization through validation of their business or regulatory service level agreement through RPO, recovery point objective, as well as recovery time objective, right? So how do we achieve that? Through dynamic documentation, as well as reporting, and test recovery to prove that you are compliant, right? Prove compliance there, right? On top of that, Veeam also provide you a simple, at-a-glance dashboard to see whether your organization has a SLA compliance up to date. Right? On top of that, it also allows you to quickly identify if there's any non-compliance. That's the most important part. All right. So I just want to share with you some of the ESG indicators that Veeam can provide you with more insights. Right? So let's start with the first thing, right? Validating your RPO. This is your first initial checks for your completeness of backup, right? RPO, when we talk about validation of RPO, it's not just backup successful, right? Some of the key things is that if your RPO, for example, is 4 hours, you also want to make sure that your backups are scheduled every 4 hours, at least 4 hours or less, right? And completeness also means that when you back up, must have no error or no warning, right? Or there's no errors in the sense of logs, so that you are aware, so that if you have inconsistent or incomplete backup, what does that mean to you? Potential data loss to your organization, right? That's a big no-no. On top of that, as technology progress, right, we also want to look at how can we incorporate AI inline scan, entropy scan, right, to identify any anomalies in your environment, right? On top of that, together with Yara or antivirus scans working with Fortinet to identify that your backups is always clean, you have a clean, reliable restore point, so that when things go south, you are able to perform a reliable restore, right? And the third one I just highlight is the integration with security tools, again, Fortinet, to identify any potential threats. If, let's say, for example, the security tools Fortinet identify a potential threat in your production environment, it can initiate an immediate backup from a data protection like Veeam to protect your workload as fast as possible to limit the blast radius, right? That will help you have a better backup posture or data resiliency posture, right? And last but not least, validating your RTO and RPO, always looking at how do you want to validate through automation, right? How as often as possible. Doing this allow you to identify any potential bottlenecks or potential obstacles to achieve your RPO and RTO. Through that automation of testing, it allows you to validate your SLA as well as reviewing and try to fine-tune your backup and recovery process. Right? With all this information, we can pass it back to ServiceNow Celonis to go through and fine-tune further. With that, I'll pass back to Zoe.
Thank you so much, Kevin and Tay, for sharing how their solution comes into this pivotal role in ensuring that your business not just have security resilience, but also have data resilience as well. So before I jump on to the next part where all of these data points drive together with the power of dashboard and data, I just want to check how do you think all this will help you in terms of immediate values to your team? We'll have less manual intervention because we have automation, we have AI coming in. We'll have improved accuracy because we have all these automations and intelligence helping as well. And it also saves time, which means in return, it is improving the efficiency itself. Okay, so the next part is I'll dive into the dashboard where we'll see all those data that comes in place because data is only as valuable as the insight you gain from it. Without putting them into context, what does it mean to your organization? Do you understand what does it mean? Like how does it affect your decision? Does it impact you in terms of getting towards your business goals? So with ServiceNow, we have this single pane of glass view that offers you that everything's happening in your organization. From IT operations to compliance status, any emerging risks, business continuity management, all of them managed in the single dashboard. And with the C-suite, all of these will drive them to make strategic decisions. And for the team that's on the ground, we'll help them to identify any potential disruption, any upcoming security threats, So all of this will help to improve the efficiency in the team as well as helping them to identify all this quicker before they actually got escalated. Data, all of this dashboard is not just for you to monitor your performance today. It is an input to help you to further refine the process itself. So again, with the process together with Salonis, we'll integrate all those data into the tool. The tool will help us to dig even further. What are the gaps that's currently in your process that you can fine tune? What are the bottlenecks currently that you can actually close in order to move you closer to your business goals? So coming to the end of the process track today, I just want you to recap on how we can utilize the 3 C's, communication, collaboration, and coordinated action to bring you closer to your business goals. So process governance is a key pillar that integrates people and technology within an organization. By establishing clear framework, it fosters collaboration and alignment, resulting in streamlined operation. So with all this, the team will actually have further time for some innovative tasks. Okay? For example, for me, it's finding out the perfect ratio of coffee to meetings. Okay, so if the topic resonates with you today, feel free to drop us a visit at our booth, Fujitsu, Fortinet, and Vim, to understand how we can drive you closer to your business goals, how we can streamline your process. And I hope that you enjoy all of our experience track today. Take something back and think, and feel free to visit us at our booth. Thank you so much, and have a good evening.